Hey Boy Meets World fans, thanks for being here. Welcome back. Hit that like and subscribe button. Either way, I'm glad you're here. We're talking about number 13 on Disney Plus, but it's actually episode 16 by airdate, Risky Business. And again, this is by airdates, which you can find the list on imdb.com, or that's how it is on the DVDs. So let's get into it. This is the one where they invest imaginary money and see how they do on the stock market. And of course, Minkus and Topanga kill it. And she's like, and our companies don't discriminate on sex or gender, race, all that sorts of stuff, or bad karma. And, it's like, Minkus is like, you gotta love her. And then Corey's like, you gotta lock her up. I never thought that joke landed too well. Of course, Corey and Sean prove they haven't even started yet, as Minkus points out. I do love Mr. Feeney's reaction. No. Oh my god. Corey saying effort is my middle name, and Sean being, because it starts with F. And Mr. Feeney being like, and Minkus, I'm glad our company is making money because as the mother of my future children, you will live in the lap of luxury. Oh, poor Minkus. Oh, poor Sean. More confidenter than you. Not even a word, Sean. And the $10 bet is set. Minkus against Corey and Sean. And then Sean wants to call his uncle, who puts money on horses. Corey does make a good question. If your uncle knows how to make money, why does he live in a trailer? Putting money on the game and actually winning. So it starts. I always thought it was funny about the Valentine to Amy from Alan and the nickname Boom Boom. That's so silly. Eric asking advice about girls from Corey and Sean? Really? And then Corey giving advice. To which Eric says, I guess I'm always ready to get advice from a fetus. God. And then Corey does the I'm risk boy. It's like they were still doing that in this episode. Oh my god. Did Minkus just really call Topanga a gold digger? Okay. All because she said Corey and Sean were very bold to play the ponies. And Minkus is all like, call the police. It's illegal for minors to gamble because Minkus knows they put that $10 bet on the ponies. Oh my god, Eric being happy that he got back with the girl he liked because he stuffed himself in her locker. I do like that Corey was like, Eric, when I told you to take a risk, I didn't say become a stalker. And Amy's Boom Boom's reply to Pooh Bear, poetry's not her strong suit, says Sean. Oh my god. Oh, they're like, oh, we just lost, didn't we? Oh, we won? Let it ride. Oh, the enticing call of gambling. Ooh. Corey counting their $680 win, and little Morgan comes in. You're busted. You're supposed to entertain me. Sean goes to get them a pizza, and then at the pizza place, he calls Corey that Lenny Dykstra is at the pizza place, and Corey's like, come on, Morgan, let's go. And Morgan doesn't want to go, so he just takes off anyway and leaves his sister in the house. Little Morgan starts to dance and throws her doll, and it hits the stand that falls and breaks the back door, the side door. I'm not sure which one. She's like, totally. Is that like a reference to Home Alone? And Corey comes home to the mess and no Morgan and starts to rightfully so panic. But he finds her in the treehouse and she's like, I did a bad thing. And he goes, no, I did. And I'll take the rap for it. Here come Mom and Dad, already upset from their evening because Amy says that Alan went to the wrong restaurant because they were supposed to meet at the restaurant he proposed to her at. Come to find out, Amy was remembering it wrong. The restaurant she went to, she was proposed to by somebody else. And amidst their fight, they see the mess. And Corey's like, it's my fault. I'll pay for it out of my own money. And he's like, your own money? How do you have your own money? Well, I'd tell you, but the yelling and screaming would wake up Morgan. Despite Sean's lesson of, give me a horse that can run in the mud, Corey's lesson of you should never gamble something you aren't willing to lose. Very good advice. Oh, poor Minkus is so sad. He did not win this assignment. Corey and Sean did. Oh my God. Sean gives Minkus a Valentine that says Happy Valentine's, turn around, and Mr. Feeney is standing right there, so they both turn around, and Sean and Corey just have one of those Nerf ball things and like shooting them. Oh my God. I especially love that Mr. Feeney has his own Nerf ball gun that he pulls out and starts shooting back at them. Corey used the last of his money to buy his mom a rose, and then when Alan walks in with his own set of flowers for Amy, he goes, "Is that from Mark Waysprite, the guy that proposed to her at the other restaurant?" I like that Alan's like, "Oh well, here's the other roses in case that one single rose gets lonely." And then he's like, "This was the worst Valentine's ever, so I wanted to get you some roses. Even worse than the time when I was a kid, and one of the other girls said I had cooties, and all the other girls threw my cards away." And then Amy's like, "So what makes you think I was only proposed to twice?" Okay, so we're talking about Risky Business episode, or the podcast for Boy Meets World. And I was confused when Ryder said that his son was going to his first concert with Ryder's brother, because I thought he said he already did his first concert. Maybe he played his first concert. Maybe that's what I'm remembering. Danielle's first concert was Aerosmith, and apparently she's never had a concert experience without a backstage pass, according to Ryder. And let's see, Will being going to the Beach Boys as his first concert really tracks. And of course, Ryder's first experience as an 8-year-old with his mom was Richard Marx, and it was all very overwhelming and a horrible experience. And then when he hit Boy Meets World, his first alone concert experience was Weezer. Okay, so Danielle has been to concerts without the backstage experience. And I have to say, definitely did not peg her for a Slipknot girl. That's pretty cool. And, of course, Will thinks, he says he's been told a lot that he sounds and looks like Harry Styles. I kind of love that this is a podcast of 2 guys and 1 girl, and the girl is the one that comes out with the sports facts. It's so nice to hear that Will loves this episode. He's happy with an episode now. That's true. It does seem like Will and Sean kind of switched personalities from the, girl crazy, and then, they did kind of switch, because then later Will did get dumb. It is funny when Topanga's like, $300,000. And the bingo bango. And it is true, this is where we do start hearing about the trailer park and Sean's world. The hand rubbing thing really did kind of become a thing for Sean. Okay, Eric Hotverts is... And then, I'm sorry, but Will's row. I tell my friends have a row. And he meant row. I don't know, that really got me. Okay, I do have to say the jacket that Eric was wearing in this episode is pretty great. I like they're choosing the theme song for Richard Marx. It's like, hold on to the night. Okay, so it is Sean's leather jacket, but Eric wore it first. Oh, come on. Eric talking about girls was kind of his thing, and that's normal for a teenage guy. I don't think it was obnoxious. I think it was just classic Eric at that point. I agree, they do need a shirt for Corey's all danger boy, risk boy, catchphrase boy. Well, they could have pulled a different reaction from a different scene when Minkus called Topanga a gold digger. I always thought her look of confusion was that of a young girl who, of in the age of innocence of the 90s, wouldn't really know how to take that insult. I kind of love that Will is the one that wrote the whole "and just got a date, what a shocker." The smart money was on nah. Indy came back to Boy Meets World and he liked this episode and was into the whole racing drama. How cute. I have to agree. This probably was one of the better acting episodes for them all. It was very energetic. You really got into it. And even Indy didn't know what the racing was, the gambling was about, but he was into it because of that energy. To answer the question, I just figured they got the money from his uncle. Names really are a thing in Boy Meets World. Like Mr. Stubachek. He had an empire. Pizza, sports. Wow, so Ryder's name is Ryder King Strong, and his dad is King Arthur Strong. Cool names indeed. Ah, yes, the old antennas on the phones. I love that Indy asked, "What is that?" And Ryder's like, "I'll tell you later. It's a long story." And of course, Indy loved the moment of Morgan being home alone and having fun. Yes, as Will said, security people, because that all the doors being open in the house and Morgan being by herself, that just makes your heart stop. I have to agree, the treehouse is a really cool set for the Boy Meets World show that you don't really see in a lot of sitcoms. Honestly, I don't recall another one that had like a cool little treehouse. Oh my God, Ryder being like, Amy and Alan kissing, ugh. And then Will's like, it was such an 80s, 90s thing when a couple would kiss on the show and everyone would go, woo! And it's true. I don't know. I have to I can see Danielle's point about Rusty being upset about Amy having a past. But at the same time, that's what guys do. I mean, that was a very typical reaction for a lot of guys, both in real life and on TV. So I guess it didn't surprise me because that's what guys would focus on. And attention to detail, Will totally makes a good point about it is weird that Corey wouldn't have tried to like pick up the vase and the stand and at least close the door. That was odd. Although I will say maybe the underlying message outside of being in a 22-minute time crunch, like Danielle said, with him not cleaning up the mess, I think it kind of illustrated that he didn't care about anything else outside of his sister being safe and now taking care of her. So that could also kind of be an underlying reason. Yes, Feeney having a Nerf gun, getting back at the boys for shooting at him with their Nerf guns, really doesn't make any sense to the story. But you know what? I don't care. It's such an enjoyable moment, and it's such an un-Feeney moment that I'm just like, I revel in that. Like, yeah, this is great. I do like the ending with Amy and Alan just like, making up. And I do think it's a very real representation. Who else could see Will hiring 150 people to go woo, follow him around every time he kissed? I know, he's probably kidding. Maybe? Question mark? I think they said that this is finally caught up with Disney. So it should be in order from here on out. The next episode is one of my favorites of this season, The Fugitive. It is the Sean episode. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. I'll see you next week.